Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gaslight Me Gently. On today's, my bad, I messed it up. Gaslight Me Gently Sunday, Sunday sideshow, or like deeper meetings, forever who wants to, whatever you want to call us at this current moment. On today's episode, we have, of course, me, your host, Dog. We have our other host, Shadow, and one of our other hosts, Flookje. And then sitting right next. And a new host coming along today is his wonderful name is Dooza. Dooza was taken. You might know him from the Idiot Sandwich. He is the actual founder of said group. So he is here to join us on today's episode. And today's episode, we are doing something fun for the fact that Spooky Month is coming up, and we're going to have a wonderful time with Spooky Month. We are going to be ranking some movies. For like some horror movies, and they're either from the range of true horror or the sides of family horror or horror comedy. Right next to me actually is said ranking list, and we have plenty of movies to be ranking, and we'll be talking about every single one of them on today's episode. So stick around and prepare for the spook.
I kind of fucked myself a little bit. I did, but I didn't, you know. She said she wanted a lot of movies, so I picked ones that had. I picked series that had lots of movies in them.
Dude, I legit I had franchises. If I really did, like I had like franchises of like 2-3 movies. I feel like right. Blade is a trilogy, dude. You gotta remember, Blade's a fucking trilogy.
Well, I mean, when you really think about it, like all of my movies are tied together in the same or most of my movies are tied together in the same universe, but. It's like 7 of them.
It's fair.
Fair enough. Alrighty, so should I start us off on the first movie that we all want to talk about, kind of rank and see where they film? Oh my, that is correct. Ladies first. Flookje, would you like to take us away, or do you want me to?
Well, the funny thing is, though, I didn't even know half of these were counted as horror movies because I barely fucking ever watched them. These I've only watched because other people made me watch them.
That is completely understandable.
The last one, but one of them fucking traumatized me when I was little.
Really? You know what? Fair enough.
Well, the fucking Gremlins, like it's. Do I have to grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta come over here and grab it.
Yeah. It's stuck in my hand forever. Get fucking.
You can. There you go.
The fucking. It's going further.
Where the fuck?
Oh my god!
All right, Pinocchio.
I don't even know where the fucking movie went that she was supposed to be holding.
Talk about the year of spooks, you got a freaking ear attack.
I can see it on the screen.
Okay.
It's expanding everything.
It is a perspective thing. It is perspective based.
Okay. Well.
Oh my god, are you serious? This whole time?
Because like you can only see it from the actual cover.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's funny as hell.
Oh yeah, you can't rotate it easily. Oh god.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna forget why the
problem solved.
Gremlins. That's what matters.
For me, this would be the fucking lowest rank possible because I hated it so much.
Gremlins wasn't a bad movie though.
I cannot handle horror like at all, but this fucking gave me nightmares.
That's fair. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, I was like fucking 10 years old and I was basically forced to watch it at school. I was not allowed to leave the room and I had to pay attention to it. I hated it so much. It started as like cute little fuzzy creatures and I liked them, and then they turned into fucking creepy, disgusting little shits.
Just don't feed them or get them wet after midnight.
Listen,
why did fucking people do that?
Don't hate me. I know the premise behind them. I know the story behind them.
Have you never seen Gremlins?
I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never actually seen it all the way through.
You've never seen the full movie of Gremlins?
Nope.
Dooza, I think besides me, you, and Floki, I think we're the only three that's actually ever fully seen the Gremlins movie, and I didn't find it that scary.
I feel like that.
Personally.
For a little fucking kid, it was scary. Plus, as a person who cannot handle horror at all.
Yes.
Yeah, as a kid, it is scary. It makes sense.
Like,
Yeah, because as a kid, you're sleeping with stuffed animals, and now you...
And then...
Just imagine, you're 10 years old, and you look over at your little fucking teddy bear you've had since you were 4, and it's just like...
For me, it would be the lowest, but for other people, it would probably be a bit better.
I would probably say... Floki says an F, but I would say, like, at least a D tier. It is an older movie. It is an older movie, and they are like more puppets than anything else. So
True.
I would definitely say probably a D tier at least for the Gremlins. Some people might hate on us for this list, but this is our fucking opinions, and I don't give two flying shits.
That is true. It's our opinion.
And place on the D tier. I just
I can't even fucking see it anymore again.
D tier it is. Oh my god, the ears.
You took my comfort smoothie.
Wait, I took it? Oh.
You're good.
No,
Now you got it.
My comfort smoothie.
I took this comfort boba tea on accident.
Yeah, it literally just came after all of us.
Bastard.
Already. So I will. Chad, do you want to pick another one, or should I go?
I mean, I can go if we want to just kind of go down the line and then loop back around.
True, we could do that, and then Dooza can look at some of the options and see what one he wants to defend on anyone's list.
Yeah, definitely. I got a question I can defend on.
So, I'm gonna pick one that's actually quite newer. It just recently came out, and it's going to be the Weapons movie. And
honestly, never seen it.
I've never seen it. No.
It's
a kind of recap on it.
It's all right. In all honesty, it's so it's like the premise is all of these kids randomly go missing one night, except for one kid. But teachers, there's like I think they're like third graders or something like that. They're like between the ages of like 7 and 11 and shit like that. Somewhere in there. I honestly forgot already. But they all go missing. The teacher's accused of doing something, but nobody can prove anything or anything like that. She's losing her job. She's following the one kid that doesn't get like disappear and stuff. And then it turns out that they were all like victims of some like hoodoo voodoo magic for some lady that was like siphoning off their fucking life force and everything. And honestly, for the where the fuck did my shit go? There we go. For myself, I'm gonna put it at a B because it was good for suspense and the plot twist kind of fucking hit pretty well, but other than that, it was just it felt kind of bland, to be honest with you. Like it had its moments, but I couldn't
greatest.
I couldn't tell you what exactly the story was other than just kids went missing. She's trying to figure out why, and yeah. So I would probably put it at like a C at most.
I don't think any of us. I don't think me, Dooza, or Floki have actually seen Weapons, so it's kind of hard for us to properly rate this one. So for our tech support says that the trailer is spooky. I haven't even seen the trailer.
It's the one where the kids are like all running down the street, or fucking Naruto running down the street and across like lawns and shit.
I legit have never seen anything about this movie. I won't even lie. Not even a trailer.
I'll have to show this to you later. Well, if that's the case,
Then we'll go with your rating and we'll do this as a C average.
Yeah, I'll put that right there. Right there, yeah.
Alrighty. Hold on. Okay.
There you go.
So,
Alright, you're up.
a movie I'm going to pick that I'm hoping at least some of us have seen a little bit more of. I'm going to be picking the original, very first Scary Movie.
Whoa.
We should all know this one. It's the parody. It's basically the comedy Scary Movies. Have you never seen fucking the Scary movie where Ghostface?
I've heard a few things about it, and I've seen like a few
It's
clips,
fucking
but
hilarious.
I haven't seen like actual the movies.
You poor
Honestly,
soul.
Scary Movie. I feel
I can't handle creepy shit
at
at,
least-
all, so
well,
I
it's not
fucking
really,
avoid
like,
horror.
creepy. It's more kind of
I've heard it.
funny because of the fact it makes fun of like slasher films. It makes fun of them more than anything else.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
I've
it's not
never seen it.
serious at all. It makes you laugh
Scary
the
Movie
entire time.
is essentially making fun of a certain certain horror genres and everything. So it's there is no actual like horror to it. It's just like comedy. The entire.
I mean, like
Yeah,
from
it's
what
literally
I've
just a
seen,
parody.
there was.
Yeah.
I've seen like 2 scenes, I think. Like one scene where they were talking Japanese, but it was just saying like fucking Japanese brands or shit like that.
Yeah.
That was funny as hell.
That's one of them.
And I've seen a scene thingy where they had like traps on, and like somebody had it on the face, and somebody had it on there, and like somebody had one on the ass, like the thing fucking
That was
gonna shoot up his
4.
ass.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
that was Scary Movie
that was
4.
Scary
Yeah.
Movie 4.
Where the
That made
fucking
fun of
key
Saw.
was in the head of somebody and just like, and then took it out.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Scary Movie 4, but Scary Movie was with Ghostface. So that was the
okay.
This was the Ghostface movie, to where basically a whole comedy about how Scream, like how like kind of like bland Scream is sometimes, but it can also be good. But it's just more making fun of it more than anything else, and it has many funny fucking moments. Like, so personally myself, I'd probably put this at an A, at least an A, because of the fact like it is fucking hilarious.
It's
I mean,
definitely
From
gotta
what
be
I
in
have
the A
seen,
tier.
it is pretty fucking funny, so I
It's
agree.
fucking great. Motherfucker out here, let me help
Just
you
being told
with
like
my
that way. My bad.
We're just gonna disappear to the fluffy pillows.
My bad.
Disappear
The
into the
couch.
void.
Fucking the second Scary Movie 2. Let me help you with my strong hand.
So, I feel like I think we can all agree to put Scary Movie at least there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
least in
I
the
can
A
agree
tier.
with that. That's definitely a good one.
Alrighty, now Dooza, choose a movie, my
Oof.
friend. You have many
Oh
to choose
boy.
from.
I feel like I'm gonna be old for this one. But we're gonna go with the original first Scooby-Doo, though. The reason I
Well,
picked
you can
this
do
one...
you can do 1 and 2. You can do 1 and 2.
Oh, I can do 1 and 2? Okay.
Yes,
Well, we're
that's
gonna
why
do
it's
the
a collection.
first one. First one, okay. First one, has anyone seen like the first live action of Scooby-Doo?
Long fucking time ago.
I made sure Alexia has watched it. Alexia and I have seen
Yep, there
it not that long ago.
So everyone should know. So for those who haven't seen, this is basically the live adaptation of like the animated like cartoon that I grew up on. But absolutely one of my most favorite all-time like movies, because one, Matthew Lillard, obviously the new voice of Shaggy. Two, it literally is just like the grown-up version, and I think we can all agree it just had some very funny moments, no matter how ridiculous it may seem. Even its predecessor was still pretty solid, which it got a bad rep. But overall, I would say it is at least a solid B, in my opinion, for the first one. Because it wasn't bad, but it was also very good. And it also was kind of like nostalgic in a way, where it's part of our childhood. So it kind of warms my heart. I can't put it in the A or S tier. I think B is like the best that I can put it at, or how I can judge it.
I honestly don't agree. I don't disagree with that. Because it is Scooby Doo. Scooby-Doo, you can only do so much with Scooby-Doo, and since it's classified under horror, it's under a horror comedy or horror family. It's meant to be more towards like family-friendly comedy jokes. So I would definitely agree to put like Scooby-Doo, at least like the live-action Scooby-Doo, both 1 and 2 in the B tier category, just because like it's meant for kids. It's meant to be funny.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just
Not
have like
full horror, it has horror
jokes in there
aspects,
as
but
well.
not full horror. So I would definitely agree it belongs in a B.
Yeah, they dragged it to B.
Like, I hate to say it, the only things I really remember about the Scooby-Doo, the live-action Scooby-Doo movies and stuff, is that one cave scene at the theme park at like
Oh my God.
3/4 of the way through the fucking movie and everything with all the ghosts and stuff like that. It's like one of the only it's like a core memory.
We
but
are creatures.
For some reason, I
you
can't remember like most of the rest of the movie.
Dude, the only one of the scenes was literally the dog scene where he's like, "Hey, yo, what up, dog?" And dog, and then it's just literally an entire
Dog
cartoon chase scene.
Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, yo, what's good?
It's
Fucking
fucking
Fred.
great, dude.
Fucking Fred.
Love
Like the
that scene
Scooby-Doo
so
movies were.
much.
I mean, Scooby-Doo 2 was where like Buff Shaggy came from originally.
Oh hell yeah!
Seriously?
Yeah, the Buff Shaggy meme was where it came from the live-action second movie because that happened in the second movie. Like no,
I remember
way.
I do remember
I'll stay
that.
like this forever.
I only
Like
remember
the
from
smart
Buff
freaking
Shaggy.
Scooby-Doo.
I've seen like I remember like one thing of the movie, but I can't fucking remember that right now. I've only seen like a little part of it of one of them.
That's honestly
We're gonna have to
fair.
get her
At some
caught up
point,
on
we'll
that.
have
That is
to watch.
fair.
We'll have to watch like both 1 and 2 again because she's seen 1, but she hasn't seen 2 yet, and I. That is fair.
Exactly.
Alrighty,
It
Miss
was definitely
Flookje.
a high recommendation.
You can pick from anyone's categories.
Well, I'm gonna
See,
fucking do this one.
I look at it like this, right? We can take this tier list once we're done today, and it'll be
Figure out
the
what's
list.
the
It'll be
best
the
movies
order of.
to watch.
I was gonna say it'll be the order of movies that we
Literally,
watch
this is
for
my
spooky
freaking
season,
list.
a movie a night, and get everybody
Have a lot
educated.
of fun.
We
I'm
start
not gonna
from
join.
F to go up.
What do you mean?
There's only a few movies that I actually like really liked, but like this
I'll
one
tell
is
them
actually
both.
one that I really like Bird Box. I fucking loved that one. Like it scared the like it was good and it was pretty fucking like scary.
It is
Shit, like
suspense.
this is one of the few scary movies I actually really liked. Exactly, it's a fucking great one. And I know a lot of people that I know like had complained about that you never get to see the monster, but I
That is
actually
my
like
complaint.
that a lot about it. Like
That's a
they're
fair
all wearing
complaint, though.
blindfolds. You're not supposed to see it, or you go fucking crazy.
True.
And I love that fact. Like that, none of us ever get to see it.
That is true. That was like my main issue. That was like the one like they couldn't even like the probably. I understand like the characters not being able to see the monster or they go insane, but I was kind of hoping they'd give like a slight glimpse for like the viewers who are watching it, so we can kind of see what's going on. Like if it's like an alien life form or something. Like that was the only thing I was a little sad about. Like because all you get really sometimes are like little bits of shadows, and that's it. And I'm like, it's not enough for me to like truly latch on to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, that would make it even better.
Changelings. If you think of like, I'm gonna go a little D&D. If you think of like D&D, like a D&D changeling using polymorph to change into change and stuff, that kind of concept, but to change into something that triggers a mental response that drives you to the point of going nuts. That's because that's the thing. There's concepts that are like that already.
I like
made
this a
my
lot
D&D
more. Like
character
it's
a
the fucking
changeling
build-up. Like
instead of
you
an
know
elf.
there's something out there, but you don't know where. You can't see. You can't find it. And for a lot of people, that makes it like even fucking scarier. Like you know there's something out there, but you don't know what. You don't know where.
Fair.
I will say for me, I tried to talk myself into watching Bird Box whenever it was like all like the big hype and everything else. But if I'm being honest, I just couldn't necessarily get behind the whole like they're blindfolded the entire movie for everything or whenever they're out doing stuff, and that was just because like my brain logically was like, how the fuck are they doing half the shit that they're showing that they're doing in this movie when they can't fucking see anything? Like motherfuckers would be bouncing into the walls and everything else around them constantly and shit with some of these things that they have on. And I know some people are gonna say, well, you can see through fabric and everything. Okay, well then doesn't that kind of negate the whole fucking purpose of the blindfold? If they can see through the fabric, they can see the creature?
You can at least see a little bit of light through the creature. Like, you can't, like, actually make things out, but you could see, like, if there's a light there or something, or if you're walking through a corridor, you can see the light, but you can see, like, it's dark on the side, so you can kind of find your way, but you would still have to be careful.
Yeah, but then it's like they're out exploring, scavenging, and like going through all this different stuff and everything to grab shit, and it's just like, how are you seeing this shit? And if you're able to see all these things you're picking up with the blindfold on, how are you not seeing the fucking creature whenever it comes up in front of you and everything? Like, it was confusing for me, and yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I feel like overall it just doesn't make an overall, like, for like the story completely. Some of it just doesn't really make sense in a way, and it kind of contradicts itself. But it also kind of just, I don't know. It just, I'm not really like kind of understand what they were trying to go for. But if you're trying to go for the horror aspect, it doesn't really like make any sense when you're trying to, you know, make a horror film, try that sort of idea, because not all of it is going to make it or go well on the big screen. So I think overall, it's, I were to grade it, I would say it's roughly a D, E probably, because it's just
Hell
not.
I think this is a fucking
I think this is just me personally. This is my personal opinion on it.
B tier, but absolutely not lower. I fucking love this one.
I'd probably put it like a C tier for the suspense from what I've seen out of it. And remember, I haven't seen it all the way through. I actually, the most I've really ever seen of that whole universe was, I think it was like the sequel or the third one that came out, and it was like the beginning part where it was a woman and a dude, and they were in the city.
Quiet Place,
and
bro.
That's
Quiet Place.
Yeah, that's Quiet Place. Day one, Quiet Place.
That's completely different.
That's Quiet Place.
Movie.
Not Bird Box.
That's Quiet Place. That's right. That's right.
We have all three of those actually.
I've just seen clips of Bird Box. Then yeah, but it's just, I would give it like, for me personally, with not seeing it but knowing what I know about it, a C, just for the plot of it. It doesn't make sense.
Not go lower on this than fucking D tier at the least. I really think it's a fucking great one.
With the fact that it is a movie derivative based on suspense, especially towards the viewers, I like to kind of balance that, because you say C tier, he says like at least D tier, Flookje wants an S. I will go around and go like, and Alexia wants an S. I will go A tier, personally.
Okay.
Because I'm like, it is a movie designed to be around the suspense and suspenseful like moments. So that by suspense wise, I would put it at an A. Just so that it's at least a slightly fairer. Because I'm like, there's probably a movie within this list that truly does deserve S tier. We just haven't fully got there yet. All right, Shadow. Grab our next one.
Alrighty, what do I want to go with next? What do I want to go with next?
You can pick any side, because we've done any of it. I have all three of those movies on this list already, don't worry.
Oh, you have all three of them?
Yes, 1, 2, and Day 1.
Damn.
You know what? One that I've kind of been introduced to and seen recently was actually the fucking Hell House movies, Hell House LLC, and everything.
Give us a little recap on this one.
So this one is a guy and a group of his friends and everything, they go and they buy a motel to make into a haunted house attraction type thing in this little like local middle of nowhere city and stuff like that. I forgot the name of the actual hotel or of the actual motel that they bought for it, but they go in, they're renovating it, they find all these like kind of weird things, like they'll find like pentagram type stuff, they'll find other things and shit, and
don't worry about her. Just keep going.
Into
Just
this
keep going.
and then like
Switching on here.
there's
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
there's a lot of ghost stuff that starts happening in there, and like the mannequins that are in there kind of start moving around and shit, and there's one guy that's trying to be like, yo, shit's fucked up here, man, like we shouldn't be doing this stuff, and they're like, you need to stop freaking out, you need to stop doing all that, and then by the end of the movie, they have an opening night, right? And the entire cast is killed. I think there's like 13 other people that are killed from like the ghosts and shit and everything. There's like a whole big cult thing that's going on and stuff. And yeah, basically white people doing dumb white people shit in haunted buildings that have cult history. And then all of them ending up dying for it and going missing and all of that good shit, except for one.
It
one
sounds
chick
like my kind
survived.
of movie, actually.
So, Shadow,
actually,
where would you
not
personally
that
put
bad.
this, and then we will deliberate with everyone?
Personally, I would put this at minimum an A tier, because it's like, yeah, it had some of the kind of cheap jump scare type stuff to it, but it was all in all, it was actually really fucking good. It was because like you would have it's a found footage movie too. So I will say that much. It's not like your standard camera angles everywhere else. You see everything through the lens of the main like cameraman of the group, and he's out with his own camera recording all of that. So you'll see him talking to somebody, and like you'll hear something, and you'll pan around the room, and there's nothing there, and you see one of the mannequins standing in the corner where it was always at, and he's like, man, that's some weird shit, and they pan back to talking and everything, and then it's like you hear something else, and you pan back, and you see the mannequin staring directly at the fucking camera, and everything, looking at you and shit, and it's like it was a good movie all in all, in my opinion. So I would put it at minimum A tier, but I don't know how y'all feel about found footage horror movies and stuff like that.
They can be very suspenseful and very spooky, especially because of the fact that they're designed to be, sure, yes, they're shot on like an actual set piece, but then they take a lot of the main recording from the actual camera that they give a cast member to walk around with to then edit. They only use the actual outside cameras to properly get some angles, like, and then edit it into the actual found footage with the little like text in it. So like, the concept of them is actually really good. It's just sometimes, since I haven't seen anything on it, it's hard to say how well they did it, because it is very, if you fuck it up just ever so slightly, it could kill it, because the found footage is really hard to do properly.
So have you ever seen what's another good found footage? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the As Above, So Below movie, that was a found footage, right?
Never seen it.
Never seen
Son
it
of
either.
a bitch.
Seen it.
Dooza's seen it.
Put it to you this way:
I've never seen
the
it.
entire movie is either shot from
Basically a
a
POV
single
kind
camera
of view.
or like news interview articles and stuff like that. None of it is like production level, Hollywood level, like cinematics and everything. It's all from the eyes of either who's experiencing it or who's reporting on it and shit like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Like I said, I'll put it at an A tier, but
that can be pretty fucking good. Like, shot from their POV.
I love that idea.
I like that idea. That's actually a good idea.
For those of you wondering, it's essentially we're going to rank these where we think they go today, and then we'll have our list for spooky movies for the season. We'll watch all of them together. Yes, that includes you too, Miss Flookje.
No.
And then we will. And then we will re-rate. Listen, okay, here. You know what? You can have the bigger one. That way you can. That way you have something to kind of hold on to and keep you safe from all the spookies.
I will have nightmares if you make me do that.
We'll watch them as a group. It'll be fine. Worst case, we do it in VR.
No, it won't.
Fair. You can cuddle up to Alexia and hide in her whenever you're scared.
That will be fucking 90%
We'll watch Hello Kitty after, don't worry.
It's fine.
Bitch, you're better than me. You know me.
So
You better put My Little Pony or Hello Kitty to help him out.
I'm gonna put it at an A unless you guys would say with it just the genre and stuff.
Perfectly fine, yeah. I think
Yeah, like the
it's...
concept
found footage can
cool,
be
so-
it definitely is A-worthy.
You want me to set it up there for you?
Don't mind my contortions. I've been practicing.
Alrighty.
Fucking yoga, let's go.
So, I'm gonna bring up. I'm not gonna. We're on to me now.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna skip over because we mentioned Quiet Place, but I'm gonna skip over that one. I'm gonna bring out I Am Legend. With a great actor Will Smith. I Am Legend was honestly a really good suspenseful like horror-esque kind of daywalker theme, because it wasn't zombies, but they weren't truly vampire. They were vampires in a sense by the fact they couldn't come outside, and they were somewhat zombie-esque by the fact they hunt at night. They hunt in hordes. So, because the monsters weren't really fully explained in I Am Legend too much. They are vampires. They did kind of confirm a little bit afterwards.
I'm never watching that shit.
That's fair. That is fair. I Am Legend, it was a really good suspenseful movie because 9 times out of 10, you never knew what was going on because you're like, the city's abandoned. It's just Will and his dog, and then he's yelling at mannequins the entire fucking movie, and then somehow he finds someone else like later in the movie. But like, there's so many moments to where it's like he has mannequins set up in areas, so he knows like if they move, something has shifted and something's changing, because that means the vampire horde has moved it ever so slightly. So then he knows they're in the area. And he knows not to go in the dark within those areas because they can only stay in the shade. In the shadows. They can't come out in the light. So seeing how much the movie leads to the fact that daytime, as long as he doesn't go within like dark areas, he's perfectly fine. But like when he goes home to be at night, he barricades his house, boards up everything, and then basically lays in a bathtub with a gun and his dog, protecting him and his dog. Mm-hmm. And then as the movie progresses, shit breaks loose. And now he's trying to fight for himself and someone else. Like someone else's life, because he somehow finds somebody, but I can't remember it fully. It's been so long since I've seen I Am Legend. I really gotta watch it again at some point. I personally feel the movie's really good.
Part of it, though. Like, I've only seen like somewhat of the ending, And I did watch like a tiny bit of the ending, and I like heard a lot of theories about it. So like that part I did like how they made the ending. I don't know if we need to watch spoilers or anything, or
For the fact that it shows the sentience with them and everything there at the end, and it's like they're not just mindless beasts and everything. They
can learn.
Like, and it's kind of like, I don't know the rest of the movie, but from just that part, I could understand like people fucking questioning like, are they really the fucking bad guy? Like to them, he's the fucking bad guy, and that I thought that was pretty fun, like how they made that.
He was just trying to find a cure for whatever the disease was that was going around and stuff.
Yeah, because it wasn't disease that created these vampires.
Like, which is understandable from our perspective.
He was doing it on his wife. Because his wife got the disease.
His wife was one of them.
So the one that he had in the basement was his wife that got the disease and everything, and he was trying to find a cure to
cure her so then they can leave and never be back in that area. But then
and
shit went south fast.
It was freaking epic though, as far as I recall. But wasn't there like 2 alternative endings? Because I guess they didn't like the original ending of what happened, and then they reshot it to where now you
remember that much of the
because that's as far as I remember.
I've heard
it has been a while.
I've only ever seen the one like the normalized ending.
All right, so I will personally put this ranking. I would probably, my own personal opinion, I'd put it at an S tier. My own personal, like I said, S tier movie.
S tier movie.
I will say, I never thought of it as an actual like horror movie. I just thought of it as
a suspenseful one. It's a suspenseful one more than anything else.
That is.
What do you mean?
All right, Dooza.
It was just action to me. Will Smith going out there being badass.
Something that I will find scary. Which is a lot, but still.
Fair.
Is it gonna be? Ooh, actually, no. I could definitely talk about this one. We're gonna go Friday the 13th here. Friday the 13th.
This is the 2009 Friday the 13th. I want you to know that.
Yeah, I still like this one because it's a remaster. But I am quite the fan of Friday the 13th. I actually played the game as well because there was a game until they shut it down. But let me tell you about the remaster. People can say whatever they want and be like, "Oh, this is a bunch of zombies." Bro, 2009, they actually did it pretty damn well, and it looked really nice. I really liked how they capitulated on the story. It wasn't kind of like, oh, we're going back to, learning the story of this and then doing it. No. Basically give you the summary. They jump right into it. The kills, absolutely amazing. I love how they did the character so well, and the person that played Jason Voorhees, he's absolutely freaking insane. He's one of my favorites. Character-wise, I feel like the survivors as a whole weren't, like, my favorites, but, at least they were memorable to, like, have some cool epic fight scenes. I think one of them was, like, the barn fight scene at the very end. It was pretty interesting to see, like, how it was a different scenery, because most of the time it would be, like, in a forest, or it'd be in a house. This time it was, like, in different locations, and I still like that. One of my all-time favorites was Chapter 4, but 2009 is up there as one of the most memorable ones, because it's a nice little redux, but it's done in a very honorable way. And I think it's not so much it's definitely not S tier. I would say roughly B tier. It was very solid. It had a really good, story overall, pretty simple to the point, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary, especially for like a 2009 or like 2000s decade movie. It was still up there because everyone's just going to go with the classics, but I probably personally will put it in B tier.
So I haven't seen the Friday the 13th movies. The closest I've come to any of those like villain franchises was one of the Halloween movies with Michael
Myers.
And
yeah.
It was one of the newer ones. Then the only things I can really remember from that one was it was the older Jamie Foxx and everything, and where he's back at his
Jamie
house
Foxx.
and on all that. And one of the scene, I forget what her name is, but the short haired blonde that's like one of the main characters. She's like a mom now.
Myers'
in that
sister
movie.
from the original.
Yeah, I
Because
was
they
about to
had
be
her
like,
come
wait,
back
Jamie
for one of the
Foxx?
older ones. Yeah, no, not Jamie Foxx. I was like, what the fuck
Okay,
out
it was the only one that I really ever saw. Okay, better scene. He's back in his
The
old
better scene,
house.
yeah.
He's standing upstairs looking out the window and all that, and the cop walks in and ends up shooting him in the shoulder and everything. And then one of them goes through the window. One of them goes through the window, and then Michael just kind of fucking disappears and stuff. And so I think it was like a 2015, 2018 rendition of the movie.
It was the 2018.
and
If
stuff.
you're thinking of like the remastered version or like the most current one, you're thinking of the 2018 one with the newest trilogy. That's the one that I'm thinking you're talking about. Because think you're talking about like
I know
the
there's
older
also like
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, not Jamie Foxx. Sorry, Jamie Lee Curtis.
I was just about. That's what I was like about the question. I was just like, man, they had a black shot. I was like, man, they had Jamie Foxx in here. That's crazy.
Wrong
Sorry,
actors
it just
say.
looks fucking funny. It looks like dog has just turned into a fucking pretzel right now.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, man likes to
Hold
be
him up.
salted sometimes. You can't blame him.
Very true.
Mm.
But
That makes sense.
But yeah, so that one, or I mean, I guess it's the same movie, but it starts out with the fucking the doc. It's like the rainy night. The doctor pulls up to the big gates and everything, and then it's oh no, he escaped, bobbity boobity, and then you go into the movie and shit like that.
Yeah, that's mainly how they try to do it now with like the remasters. They don't try to jump too much into the basic story. They just try to give you a short summary and then they try to jump right into it. That's what I like about this one, and that's why I think it's a solid one. It can't be up there with the higher tiers because the story is still basic and it's like not surprising at all. I just really like how they go about it with the cinematography as well as the character that plays or the actor that plays Jason Voorhees in this one. That's why I'm putting it at B tier for Friday the 13th for 2009.
You got anything to say about it, Flookje, or?
I've never fucking seen this.
Never seen it. Oh my
No.
God.
Fair enough. I have seen it.
That is fair.
I have seen it. It is pretty good. It definitely explains why in the video game for Friday the 13th, Jason was able to kind of like teleport because 2009 he was faster than his original counterparts. So it kind of explains a little bit for the game, but I would definitely still say probably B tier at least because it's an old slasher. Like Voorhees is an old fucking slasher. So I would definitely say at least B tier for him.
Definitely B tier, yeah. If it was chapter 4, then I definitely would have put it up there, man. If the one with freaking Tommy Jarvis, that I would have literally put at S tier. That is one of my favorite stories, like absolute cinema.
Alrighty,
We're back to you.
Since when?
Miss Pinocchio ears.
Fuck it, I'm gonna steal one of yours. I fucking like this one as well. I didn't know this counted as horror. Coraline. I really fucking
Coraline.
like that one.
Yes.
Okay, we can definitely do this one.
Somehow, I don't.
Family horror.
There we go. I think
Yeah, they can see it.
it's stuck. Okay, there we go. I fucking love this one so much. First time I watched it when I was a little kid, it scared the crap out of me. But I rewatched again recently, and I really like it so much. Especially like the behind the scenes, like how much effort went into making this. Fucking hell, it's so good.
You mean you don't want your eyes to turn into buttons so that you can love Mother for the rest of your life? It was a good movie. It's one of those to me that it's like I wouldn't necessarily classify it as just straight up horror or anything like that, especially with it being like a children's movie.
Yeah.
It's the only
But-
kind of horror I can fucking accept.
It's the kind that you can actually watch and not look away.
Exactly.
Just let's say
Like,
that's a good thing.
and
the
that is
kind
completely
that a
fair.
6-year-old can watch. So that includes me.
And be terrified that their mother's gonna fucking pop out their eyes for buttons.
The ending was just like
Where would
when
you
they
put the
crawl out.
movie?
I hate
Oh,
that.
I mean, like it's not like
Yeah.
it's like for horror, it's not that good. But for like a family-friendly one, I really like it.
For the messaging and
Like,
everything behind
it
it,
will
it's
scare
actually
like little
really
kids
good. I will
still,
agree
but
with
like
that.
for a lot of people, like especially the first watch, it's pretty fucking nice. So I would
Yeah.
probably put it C or D, I think.
I think
I
C
can't
tier is
put
pretty
it
fair
G.
for. I think C tier would be pretty fair for Coraline.
C is
honestly.
fair, yeah.
Like
See,
as a movie
it is
on
an
its own,
older
like I would
movie.
put it higher, but as horror, I would put it C or D.
It is
I
an
would
older
say,
movie,
I would
and
say C,
it is
'cause
horror
it has
for
a really
kid.
good message to it as well, because
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fair enough.
how can we only
fine.
have 6 in a category?
How could I not?
You're good.
Man,
works.
they're making up rules as we go on this shit. Oh, man.
The power of the air.
Oh,
We'll have to make choices. Oh no!
alrighty.
Go
Now we
ahead,
get.
Shadow.
You know what? We've gone with a couple other old movies and stuff like that. I'll go with one of my old movies, and you can
Okay.
think, oh, that's a door. Fucking, you can thank
Wait,
Biggs.
that's a door?
You can
You
thank
punched the
Biggs
door?
for
Oh.
introducing me to this. I'm gonna go with
I'm just gonna fucking grab a door out of nowhere. Don't worry about it.
Ash vs. Evil Dead, the original, not the
yes.
fucking shitty ass
Yes.
remake, not the
Oh,
shitty
no,
fucking
wait.
fucking demon
I
remake
wouldn't say
bullshit they made.
but I would just say they tried too hard. But the classic, absolutely.
The classic was the classic for being just your stereotypical like late 90s fucking, I think it was late 90s, but like early 2000s,
It was
maybe
like late
80s.
90s, like early, like late 80s, yeah, roughly around there.
Okay. Yeah, it's your typical fucking like, oh, ghosts and demons and everybody's getting hacked up and slashed up and everything. But for it doing that, and just kind of to me it was all right. I mean, it was a good just kind of kick back, watch it with your friends and stuff like that, and enjoy just some, again, dumb white people going out trying to mess with magic shit and getting what's coming to them and everything. Like,
True.
for me, I would probably put it as well, probably a C, maybe a B, and everything. What do y'all think? If y'all have actually seen the movie before?
I have never seen Evil Dead.
Again, I've never seen it.
I've seen it.
Like most of
Yeah,
the
So
I mean,
a group of people. It's like two. I want to say like 2 or 3 guys and their girlfriends all go out to this cabin that one of their parents owns and everything. And when they're looking around inside the cabin and stuff, one of them finds a book bound in flesh. Turns out to be a Necronomicon, and the
So fucking
dumbass
burn it
one.
immediately. I mean, what?
Well, the dumbass ends up nicking his finger and gets blood in the book, and then decides to go ahead and read the old Latin language incantations without knowing what the fuck he's saying from the book, which ends up summoning demons into the house. One of the girls gets possessed and everything. She starts trying to kill people, and they throw her ass in the basement, and so she's taunting them from down there. There's one scene I can't get too descriptive on, but let's just say it involves another female in a tree out in the woods, and then yeah, the tree has its way with her, and then
it was quite something.
it ends up being everybody but like the main dude ends up dying, and he's able to kind of get away. Granted, I've seen the second one, and I won't lie, they kind of lost me with the ending on the first one, where it's like everything's normal, everything's kind of your typical movie, and then he opens a portal to medieval era fucking dark ages and jumps through and starts doing stuff then, and then it's just like, okay, you kind of lost me. But up until that point, I mean, it's not that bad for your other typical like slasher fucking demon film.
It does sound like the fucking protagonists are absolute morons, which is what is often
Your
happening
typical
in fucking
white
horror
people,
movies.
yeah.
But
True.
Jesus Christ.
But he's not
Yeah.
wrong. He's not
It
wrong.
sounds
You know, sometimes we do
like
it.
a clusterfuck movie.
I said, go ahead.
Then I would give you. I mean, if you want to put it wherever you feel, I feel like that'd be good because since I have really never seen it, and the premise is pretty interesting, but I could see where it kind of you get lost with it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, do you Dooza agree with it being a C tier?
I mean, I enjoy the Sam Raimi movies, and
I mean,
I like Evil Dead, but...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, you can go ahead.
Sorry, Jordy. Honestly, like, for me, I would say, like, slightly lower, because it sounds like one of those movies, like, all the way from the start, it's kind of fucking predictable. Like, maybe the murder shit happening eventually is not, but, like, from the start, it's like, oh, it's a book, they're gonna do stupid shit with it, they're gonna read through it, that shit's gonna happen, everybody's gonna die.
Yeah, I can do that. I could say a D tier as well.
Yeah, let's go
Gremlins
with
is
D
no
tier.
longer lonely.
Hooray!
Alright.
Aaron, you're up.
So, the thing is, the only movies I've actually seen are what's on my side, which is the funny part.
Oh boy,
Go for it.
I'm gonna go with the first Blade movie. The first Blade movie. The movie that made Wesley Snipes Blade himself.
I've
I
seen clips of it.
fucking loved Blade.
Never seen it.
Blade. Okay, so the funny thing that a lot of people don't realize, Blade's Marvel. Blade is a part of the Marvel universe. Yeah, Blade is he is a vampire that can walk within the daylight who hunts other vampires. Just because he's a daywalker. Which is why I find daywalkers actually a lot cooler and a lot more dangerous. Because they can walk around the sun with no problem.
Yep. And you would never know that they exist.
You would never fucking know he's there until out of nowhere you're dead. Yeah.
What a
I'm
half!
sorry.
Yay!
So, personally, Blade is a daywalking vampire, a vampire hunter. He's trained by an older vampire hunter, his mentor, to hunt down vampires. The first scene, everybody should know it just by its fucking club techno rave music, which is why a lot of people know Blade, but not a lot of people have watched Blade. But it is honestly not full horror. It has a little bit of horror-esque because, of course, vampires, blood, dark scenes, like hacking and slashing, like actually vampire hunting. So that's kind of where it leads horror in, but it's also more towards horror action. Because it is also an action movie because of the fact that a lot of sequences happen in fight scenes. But I personally loved fucking Blade, and I honestly can't wait to rewatch fucking Blade again. It's been so long since I watched fucking Blade that I personally want to put it in S tier. That's just my preference. I personally want to put it in S tier because Blade is a really good fucking movie.
It's a good movie.
Fair.
I've never seen it, so not a clue.
I was gonna say I'm in the same boat as Flookje. I know of him. I know he's the fucking vampire hunter and all of that. But the only thing I can even think about whenever I think of that is whichever movie it's from, the scene where they roll up in a car outside like fucking like U-shaped area of buildings and all of that. Obviously, the club music's going, and he gets out in his long black trench coat and glasses, and then like shit hits the fan.
That is
the only thing I know about
the
Blade.
opening sequence of Blade.
Oh, well, that's fair. Yeah, you were right. That's the only thing that I fucking know about it.
I mean, like, I'll agree with it. Like, I've heard a lot of people about it. I've just never seen it myself, but I know a lot of people really like it. So.
And it's not like I said, it's a horror action more than anything else. It's a vampire hunting vampires. So.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch that.
You got any objections with it being an S-tier movie?
But I mean, you'd say it's S tier. I mean, it was also the one that kind of like kick-started, because I'm like a Marvel nerd. It kind of kick-started the whole like Tobey Maguire. Then you see like your guys like Bruce Banner, because Blade was literally very, very special and unique. So I do agree with you. It definitely should be like S or A tier, like around any of them, because without it, there would never be like any of the good Marvel movies that we see nowadays, especially my beloved Tobey Maguire. So definitely
the first Blade movie was made in 1998.
Oh wow!
So it's basically what kickstarted the whole Marvel cinematic universe with everything.
Yeah, but it wasn't classified as Marvel because of the fact that it wasn't made by the Marvel studio. It wasn't made by Marvel, but Blade is a Marvel comic.
I was going to say, if Blade is a Marvel comic and Blade is a Marvel superhero or anti-hero, then he is part of the Marvel cinematic, whether it was made by them or not. Fuck your opinions.
Alrighty, Dooza. Your next movie pick out of any of the movies.
Oh boy, we got quite the...
I made sure
I was gonna save it. I didn't want to say anything yet. Alright, since our beloved folks over there want it, we'll go with FNAF. Actually, I can talk about FNAF. I can do it.
All right, I'm gonna bring it out a little bit more.
If I have to say, if anyone has not played FNAF, just absolute shame. I will just say that absolute shame if you've not heard. Does anyone who here has not seen FNAF or at least played FNAF?
I haven't seen the movie. I didn't know they made a movie of it, but I've seen it before.
You don't gotta say. You know what happens. You've been in that one video of mine.
You've never played FNAF?
Gmod.
We need to take her to a FNAF world after this so she knows what it's like.
No.
Okay, we gotta get you to play the actual FNAF game, because let me tell you, this, without question, I don't care what anyone says, this has to be S tier. This is safe. I don't care what he says. I know it's a movie, but FNAF.
True.
I know, but yeah, but what? My beloved FNAF? Are you kidding me? You can't do that to my FNAF.
It wasn't.
To be fair, I didn't even know they made a FNAF movie.
This was like 2 years
It's
ago.
been in production for since they even announced it in 2015 or 2016. Then Blumhouse, they finally did it.
The closest.
I know.
Yeah, because they are making a second.
Well, the trailer looked promising. The trailer looked promising.
The closest one that I knew of that fucking had animatronic or had anything in it was I think this one came out beforehand. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one with oh fuck, don't do this to me right now, brain. Not National Geographic, fucking National Treasure guy.
Here we have the wild animatronic.
No. The fucking who's the guy from National Treasure? The we have to steal the Declaration of Independence. I forgot his name.
Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage. Yeah. The one.
Nick.
The one with Nicolas Cage in it, where he doesn't say a single fucking word the entire movie. He just
Willy's
grunts.
Wonderland?
Yes. Willy's I have seen. Willy's is beautiful.
That's basically the one that he doesn't speak in, but it's still good though. I like it.
Just grunts and drinks his energy drinks while kicking ass and taking names. It's great.
Yep.
That's the closest to the FNAF universe I've seen of movies. Go ahead.
Fair. I will say, Dooza, I do understand. Like, I know you're very hard set on wanting it to be higher, but due to the fact that it was a subpar horror movie, I would say give it at least a fair ranking and put it in B.
At least C.
C or B.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. C. At least C, because, you know, it's not up there, but it's not down there. But in my heart, it will always be S. I got you, FNAF fans. I know you. I know what you wanted. I know they will redeem themselves. I did see the actual trailer for the FNAF 2 one. That actual one looks a little bit promising. They're taking it outside of the sort of facility, so I want to see like how they're going to go about it.
No, that's the wrong one. God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Which one are you wanting?
I can do it. There we go.
You can do it.
I'm just gonna quickly stick
Yes.
that one right there.
I'll just get off my hand.
Stop
Get
holding
off me,
the
hand.
grip button.
It's there we go. It sometimes just doesn't let go. It's annoying as hell.
Oofda.
But I really liked the menu. Like, it took me a while before I actually watched it because I had heard like it was horror and shit like that. But I actually really liked it. Like, it's not like it's not very.
What is the menu? I've never even heard of this movie.
Yeah, I've never heard of the menu.
What? Exact. Okay. It's shit. I actually gotta think.
Synopsis time.
Yeah, basically like yeah, like they've planned everything out and everybody like makes a special thing basically like from the like they have certain courses and like for example one of the courses is something like with tortillas and that's like when people find out that something is going on because it's not just some tortillas, they've like fucking printed shit on it, like I don't remember how but like it's all edible. And for example for one couple that is there together, the wife fucking sees tortillas with like basically evidence of her husband cheating on her and shit like that. So and for another one it's fucking printed out like bank statements or shit like from them, like I don't know what they were doing but something that is not okay, fraud. And it's just a whole bunch of that and like from that moment on like hey there's something fucking going on here. And I think they did it really fucking well. Like it starts out like just a fancy restaurant, like oh look at all what we have here, and it starts going like what the fuck is going on here? Till at some point one of the staff fucking kills himself, and nobody's allowed like able to get off the island except for one at the end. And I think it's really fucking well made.
Fair. This sounds interesting as fuck.
it
It's
does.
that-
You
it
just
definitely
start
sounds
learning
interesting.
everybody's
I'll definitely say
secrets and
that.
everything.
That it could. Well,
You don't
but
put
you
it
gotta
as
remember,
S
the
tier,
Gorge
now
was
you're
more
gonna be
action
cool.
film more than anything else.
I still need to watch The Gorge, to be honest with you. I still haven't seen that movie.
We're definitely gonna have to rewatch Gorge.
Bet. Fair. I've seen
Apparently
clips and
not
like shorts
our,
from it, but I
Valentine's
just
Day movie. Because technically it was a Valentine's movie.
okay,
Oh,
let me
okay.
make sure. This is like the sci-fi one where the dude
Yes,
gets
but
like
it
stationed
came
at like
on
a fire
Valentine's Day.
tower. And oh, fair. Okay, I just
Still, it's good for all the couples out there that like it.
It is a good movie.
fair. I will watch it one of these days.
So, Floki, what would you put this movie at for yourself first?
For me, I would put it like at around A tier. I think like it might not be S tier. Like it's not very like creepy or
sounds
scary. I think at
interesting.
least, but it is. I think it is really fucking well done. Yeah, like it's
I've
Getting to
never
see
seen
like
it.
best
the
concept
reveals
is
and
really
shit.
fucking good. It's
I've never seen
really
it
well
either,
made,
so
really
I
well
can't really
thought
give
out.
it.
Fair.
So I'm
That's
like,
fair.
I think
It's
we all
great.
agree an A tier would be fine.
Okay,
Mhm.
fucking get it.
I'm just
fucking up there.
interested in it with the because you said like people's fucking secrets and shit start getting spilled with their like on their meals and everything, and it's just like, ooh, they spilling all the tea right now. Fuck, I want to see that.
It is really good.
Bet.
Already should have.
Bet.
You better let me know what you thought about it because it's good.
Let's see here. Well, now we're into that whole. Now we're getting into that
No.
universe.
I will watch the menu with you guys, but I will
Your
not watch
choice.
the other ones.
Pick whatever you want, bro.
Well, if we're going into that universe, we got to start at the very beginning of that whole cinematic universe. So I will start with the Nun. And the Nun. I will say.
Go on,
Jesus,
you're
got
good,
some
you're
memories.
good. I
will
got
say-
pictured like the remastered stuff. If this is the remastered, I'm sorry. The remastered
so
like
this-
Nuns, I just can't.
This is the Nun that starts off the essentially the whole Conjuring universe and everything and that whole storyline.
So like the first one, like the old school?
The one that came out mid 2000s, like 2015, 2018, sometime around there. They just came out with the second one recently.
Okay, then we're good. Okay. I was thinking the other one. I'm sorry, because I heard Nun and I was like, wait a minute, is it the one that I'm
No.
thinking of, or is it the bad one?
It's the one where they go over to not Belgium, Romania. They go over to the Romanian cathedral and everything, and ye. I will say most of the movie. I mean, yes, it's again one of your generic kind of things, but the storytelling and like the connections that you can make in it, especially if you've seen like the Conjuring movies and stuff, which I mean we'll get to those in a bit. It's not that bad. My one discrepancy that I would have to say I have with it is the ending, where I get what they were going for, and everything with the whole Jesus saves the day and everything, and it's supposed to be all kind of religious and shit like that. But having I forgot the word for it, initiated, I guess, an uninitiated nun, who kind of gets your shit on the go to save the day, ends up getting the blood of Jesus and spitting it on a demon, and to end up saving the day at the very ending and all that. That's but the rest of the movie, with like the how they kind of portray which I will say this, the whole like Conjuring universe, I love how they show off like the spirits and the demons and stuff like that. It's not necessarily just your
How they tie it all together.
well, not only tie it all together, it's not just your atypical fucking like raw hooved feet and horns and like fiery shit everywhere and claws. Like this one, it's quite literally, it's essentially a possessed nun, that's still running the monastery. And did I die or did everybody else die? Okay, everybody's moving
You're
and
good.
stuff. We're good though. Okay, I saw certain people stop moving. But it's like she's running the monastery, and the people, like the Vatican sends a priest and an uninitiated nun to the monastery to investigate shit and everything. And I will will say, in my opinion, it's really well made with like the cinematics and the shit that happens. And you can kind of see or kind of guess that like one of them is possibly possessed and stuff like that. But throughout most of the movie, you just think it's a spirit that's going around fucking up the place and like fucking with the people and all of that and everything. And then at the very end to find out that like none of the other nuns that you've seen the entire movie, none of the other shit that you've seen happening was actually happening. They were all essentially hallucinating it from the influence of said demon that then makes a reappearance later on within like the whole Conjuring series. Fair.
All
So,
right.
like, for me, I'm gonna place this one at least at a B, because like to me it is good, but it's not like one of the best that's out there. I don't know if you've seen
I've never
it
seen
yourself.
it or anything of The Conjuring.
What about you, Miss Tech Support? Could you give any enlightenment on? Have you seen any of the Conjuring universe? So, we're definitely making her watch it with us.
Depending on how
We're
bad her
definitely
fear
making
is,
her.
I will not force her to watch it just because of the depending on how much fear she has with it.
Listen, if y'all are gonna force me to watch, no clown. I mean, it doesn't have a clown. It's just a nun.
I don't think there's
Fair.
clowns in any of these besides maybe like I think the first live action Scooby Doo. To watch it just because of but because the fact that
Like I said, I'm gonna put it B tier because it's good. It is cliche, and I also don't wanna just like put everything too high. But it
fair.
is to me like it's a good starter for the whole series because I mean if you've seen even the Conjuring movies and stuff, the first movie starts off with we'll get to that whenever we get to the other Conjuring movies. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay.
So what the fuck happened to all of our other people? We just kind of got left.
So die.
Fair.
Well, it's just us right now. I'm gonna start this. I'm kind of gonna go a little out of order for this franchise because it's like we have quite a lot of other options, but I kind of want to touch one we haven't even touched on yet. I'm gonna go a little out of order. A Quiet Place Day One. That movie was really damn good. And apparently tech support wants to put it directly at S because of the fact that we both watched it. Day one was the one that you were thinking earlier, where it was the man and the woman and the plot-driven cat. Like they had because the lady, she has a support, like she has a comfort, like a pretty much therapy cat. She has an animal that's meant to help her through just all of her times because she has some kind of illness or something. It's never really explained what, but the cat has mad plot armor. But the Quiet Place Day One is basically the first day of the invasion of the aliens, of the Death Angels, and they really show how fast these things can move and wipe out a population like extremely fast, especially because the movie takes place in New York. It takes place in fucking New York, one of the loudest cities in the U.S., and it started there.
Fair. See,
So
the only thing I've seen from that movie, like I said before, was the scene of them like running through the little like underground tunnel thing into the street, and then there was something with a bus, and then I'm pretty sure I fell asleep after that. Because I didn't fall asleep. Something happened. I don't remember us finishing or watching any more of it because I'd never seen any of the other movies. I had no idea what the fuck was going on or anything like that as well, and I was just like,
that's fair.
I'm just gonna go. I think I either started playing a game or I fell asleep. One of the two.
But fair. Quiet Place, like day one, was a really, really well done movie because it's made by the same director, and because the director of The Quiet Place is the director for all three of the movies. So it is a really well done, really well done first movie, like technical day one for like prologue for the movies franchise. Just because of the fact that you see what the Death Angel is, you learn the fact that they have really damn good hearing, and that's it. They have no vision or whatsoever. They can't tell anything distinctly besides echolocation. And just the fact that you can see how destructive they can be within a large populated city really shows how terrifying they can be because the slightest of noise makes them immediately, makes not just one, but like 10 start running after you. And it honestly is extremely well done, especially for the concept that the director wanted to go for. So I would definitely say also S tier as tech support has just gracefully put that there for us.
Fair. I can't comment on it because again, I haven't seen it really.
As she has said, you will. Because I don't know if she.
One of these days.
All right.
Listen, okay,
All
we
right,
can just have movie marathons all fucking October, alright? I'm fine with this. And then on the 31st, on Halloween itself, we can do a re-ranking of the movies and stuff.
So, my cat-sitting friend Dooza.
Yeah.
It is on a Friday. The 31st is on a Friday. Fair.
So, my interestingly squatted down my fine feline Spartan. Would you like to pick our next movie?
This is the best that I can actually say. Do not question my sitting position. This is as best as I can. Oh man. Hope you viewers like what you see.
Pop an ooh out here lately.
Well, there you go. Let's go with Alien Covenant. No, do not clip that.
We're gonna do Alien Covenant. All right.
Alien Covenant. For a band that Jesus Christ, I hate this position. Dude, for someone that actually has watched the Alien movies as well as like the OG, Alien Covenant is it's not up there with like, you know, I wouldn't say horror aspect, it's more so like a combination of more like action packed. It does have like some horror instances like towards the very end as well as like with the actual xenomorph, but it doesn't feel like an alien movie because they don't specifically say, "Oh, that's xenomorph." No, that's a protomorph. They say weird crap which doesn't make any sense. And then I generally love Michael Fassbender who plays in the movie because he did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
the acting was really superb. Yeah, he really elevated. James Franco, what? Shadow, you have something to say?
I was just going to ask. No. Maybe. which one was Covenant? I've seen some of the different
Covenant was
ones.
in timeline-esque. It was technically after Prometheus.
It was
That tells me nothing. Where were
So
they? Was it
Covenant-
the one where they went in the
Covenant was
ice and what's
the-
her face?
No, Covenant was when they
No,
went
no,
to
no,
a
no, no.
different planet. They went to the planet of the engineers,
Yes.
the original home planet of the engineers.
So then, yeah, no, I have
So-
no idea about this movie at all. I've seen the one where
Okay.
they were in Antarctica
Okay.
and they,
Yeah,
they
no,
went
not the
down,
Antarctica
and
one.
then like she fought with the fucking predator. I've
Alien
seen
versus
the
Predator.
one where they
AVP.
nuke their own
That was
city.
AVP that you were talking about.
Yeah. I've seen the one where that one, the one where they nuke their city, and then I've
AVP,
seen
Requiem.
the one. I've seen Predators. I've seen the one where they go to the Predator planet and they're fighting on that one.
Yeah.
So I've seen the Predator movies. I haven't seen the Alien movies. Now that I think about it, okay.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Continue,
That's fair.
I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. It's definitely, interesting. I love Predators, by the way. That's like one of the top tier movies, in my opinion, for Predators. For Alien Covenant, though, don't get me wrong. I love the acting. The acting was good, especially that little cameo with James Franco. That was good, but the problem with the story is it's
not captivating enough.
It's not captivating enough, and it also doesn't feel like an alien story because they don't specifically say, "Oh, this is an alien," and they have different types of creatures. I like the creativity, but ultimately, this is just like a sea. I don't really see like more so the horror. I see more just like action-based sort of things. The acting was just great, but the story and how they created and did the stuff is just not sitting right with me.
It is like if you are like a massive fan of the Alien franchise, even because I'm a pretty decent fan for the Alien franchise, I will even say Covenant was not. It was good. Like the acting was great, but the story it seemed like there was something that just kept making it hard to like fully like grab onto and actually enjoy. Like, yeah, seeing Michael Fassbender come back as like the original fucking synthetic from fucking Prometheus was fucking wild.
That was the greatest thing.
It was just there was still something missing, honestly, and that's just where I feel it could have been better. But I would definitely agree C tier at least for that one, just because it's not the most captivating. Alrighty, Shadow.
That is fair. Well, we've started off this universe, so might as well keep on going. We started off with the Nun. Next one is, I want to say, just Annabelle. No, it was Annabelle Creation.
Oh, damn.
Speedrun time. Let's do this.
All right, speedrun time. We're gonna go Annabelle Creation. At most, I would probably give it a. Annabelle Creation was all right. It was. I'd say it's probably more of a D tier. It's the only reason the Annabelle movies really even kind of tie into the Conjuring series is because. Not only that Annabelle's real, but the only reason it ties into Conjuring is because Ed and Lorraine took it in after it went through like its 2 or 3 different families and stuff like that. I will say it is nice to give the fact that like the whole reason why the demon kind of ended up possessing the doll and stuff like that was because parents, the dad was a doll maker and everything, and his daughter gets killed by getting hit by a fucking vehicle way back in like the early 40s and 50s and shit like that. Then they start having weird, and then they bring a whole fucking orphanage into the fucking house, and the parents, lo and behold, they had little strange things happening around. They just thought it was their daughter's spirit. It wasn't their daughter's spirit. And yeah. So it's like a good kind of starter off to because like the Nun better starting than fucking Annabelle in my opinion, but again that's me.
I just keep going off of movies that I've actually personally seen. You know, we're gonna go with Hellboy. The first Hellboy, not any of the other Hellboys, just the first Hellboy, because the first Hellboy was actually pretty damn good.
That's horror.
Yes.
That's like
because satanic imagery. Because you gotta remember Hellboy.
That's like calling Chronicles of Riddick horror.
I know, right? But still, I'm like, it's technically classified as horror action.
I mean, fair.
Just because of the fact that it Hellboy, slight satanic imagery, that's classified as horror under its own category. So, Hellboy itself wasn't a horrible, like, I would definitely probably say at least also probably a D or E tier, because it is an old movie. It wasn't like the greatest, but it was one of the greatest of like the multitude of movies they made for Hellboy. But it's just been too long since I've watched Hellboy to properly give it a true full ranking, because it's been Hellboy like once. Like one fucking time I've seen Hellboy, so it's really hard.
I'd give it an E.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's just the one movie I haven't seen a whole lot of. And it's just been so long.
It's been so long, but it's just also, I feel like, just mainly they just didn't know how to, like, do the Hellboy stuff. Movies that I've seen. I'm trying to go real quick. Actually, let's go Split. Go Split.
Alrighty. We'll bring that down.
Now, this one was actually, I've only seen it once, but it definitely had an interesting concept. Acting was definitely top notch. I mean, absolutely goated. I would say it's definitely not in the A best here. Definitely not. Roughly kind of in the mid tier. I want to say C, because I mean, overall, I like what they did with the movie. Acting great, story was pretty good with the ultimate twists and whatnot, but just needed more. I don't see the horror. I don't see it. I gotta see it, man. I gotta see it.
I've heard about the movie, but I've never actually seen it myself. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm like, we'll probably move it down to E for right now, because I'm like, I haven't seen it. I've only seen like possibly like 1 to 2 clips, and it wasn't really horror-esque. It was more just kind of like
action.
It was like awareness. I feel like it was more of a movie for awareness of DID and how bad
honestly,
it can truly be.
Fair. All right.
Shadow.
Next for me, we get to the first Conjuring. I'm gonna put it at a B because I like how. Granted, you don't find this out until later whenever the Nun comes out, because the Nun comes out afterwards. But the opening scene where they're showing their exorcism on their friendly French Canadian and everything, which was actually the one of the 3 main characters from the Nun. That's how it all ties into each other and stuff like that. Frenchie was helping the priest and the others at the monastery in Romania, and then he, for whatever reason, ends up coming to America or coming to wherever they interacted with him at, and they show that. And again, it highlights the more kind of paranormal side of things without just being like, ooh, look, scary demon jump scare. Like it shows that it's like you can go to bed one night and wake up and have random bruises and scratches and stuff on you. Shit's moving around. Shit's happening that you can't explain. You're having different feelings of emotions and stuff that you can't control for whatever reason. And it's just like, to me, to me, I'd say The Conjuring would probably be a B tier, in my opinion.
Never seen Conjuring. I haven't seen anything in the Conjuring franchise.
I'd probably give Conjuring like a C, or like in between a B or a C.
Fair.
Yeah, well, I just have never seen it.
We'll go with C then for the first one.
We can only put one more movie in that category. Shit. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get out of here. Get off the board real quick. Paranorman. It's a family horror movie. It's a family horror movie. Paranorman. It's all about Norman, our little kid in the red shirt, in the red hoodie. He is able to see and properly talk to ghosts, and then he is the only one really able to stop a gate from opening and letting more spirits out, and basically destroy. I think it was like destroying the town or something. It's been a while since I've seen Paranorman, honestly. It's a claymation movie. I can't remember if it was made. I don't think it was made by Tim Burton. It was just one of the stop motion movies that came out a while ago, and it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the greatest, especially when it came to horror aspects, because it was a family horror movie more than anything else. So I personally will probably put Paranorman down here in E tier.
That's a movie it's not forgot to add. Keep going, sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not the greatest horror movie, and it is a very forgettable movie because it didn't do the absolute greatest.
We totally should have added Monster House.
That would
have been a good one.
I should have picked Monster House instead of fucking Paranorman.
That would have been an A or S tier right there.
Let me see. I will go with the Sweeney Todd Edward Scissorhands.
I know Flookje would have loved to talk about this one.
Yeah, and I'm saying B. That's a B for me. That's a solid B.
So she's about to be back. Do you want to choose a different movie right now, Dooza, and then we let
I mean, I know she's gonna pick. Actually, I'll pick a different one. Actually, but that's B for me. Let me see. Actually, give me a Quiet Place. Give me Quiet Place.
The original Quiet Place.
The original, yeah. Give me the original. Let me tell you, Quiet Place. Quiet Place. That's all you need to know. And also, it's also my boy, John Krasinski, who directed it, and his family was part of it. So I definitely would give it a solid B. Solid B for the original.
The original wasn't horrible. It definitely wasn't. The original was a good concept, especially due to the fact that it was the director in the movie and his actual family in the movie. So, the sign language was all authentic. Because the fact that he actually does have a deaf daughter. So they all perfectly know sign language. So the sign language in the movie was completely authentic because it was his literal fucking family. And yes, during the production, his wife was pregnant.
Yep.
So the baby in the movie is actually his kid.
That's why I love it.
Even more.
Wait, so she gave birth during the filming of this movie?
So they basically did the scene when she went into labor. Of course, went to a hospital, had it professionally done, and then when they came back to shoot the scene, they redid it and had her back in the bathtub holding their actual child. So they took the break needed to actually have proper labor.
That's what I meant. Was she actually had a kid during the production of the movie and everything.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
It made it more surreal for the fact that it was the true genuine love of the kids and the true fear of losing your child to these aliens, because of the fact it was the literal fucking family of the actual director who was the dad.
Exactly, and that's why I like Fairblades, because it's solid.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good movie. Alright, Shadow.
We're gonna go with Conjuring 2. We'll knock the Conjurings out and everything. Conjuring 2 for me would have to be a B tier, and the main reason I say that is because they have the actual recording, like audio recordings and some of the video recordings of the real life cases that the real life case that the movie is based around, with like the child and having the completely different voice and everything and shit like that. And it's like, I know some people are going to still say, oh, it was a hoax and blah 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 and shit. But it's like it's kind of hard, and it's not hard, but back then, at least in like the early and mid '90s and shit, your old fucking tape recorders, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna have some like 11-year-old girl go from having her normal higher pitched voice to sitting here talking like this, like an old man the entire time about what he fucking wants, with like that gravelly deep male voice and shit. Like it's just, I respect the authenticity and that they try to go for with everything, and so for me, I'm gonna put it at a B.
I mean,
unless y'all object.
Fair. Oh my! I've never seen Conjuring. Any of them.
I always give it like a C or a B for Conjuring.
Fair. Well,
but we can only put one more in C. That's it.
Yeah,
we gotta start thinking.
I'm gonna put this one in the B because they also had they had the recordings, they had the video, they had the pictures of like the girl levitating and shit like that and everything. Like they had all of that from the actual family that the Warrens investigated throughout the movie and stuff as well, and used those in it as well.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna end off with like my original picks for all the movies, the ones that I've actually watched, because the rest of these movies, the only other movie I've watched up here is Sweetie Todd, besides Quiet Place. Yeah, everything. So Quiet Place number 2, it was not the greatest. Like after watching the first one and then watching Day 1, Part 2, it wasn't all that good. And it was kind of sad because it wasn't like the greatest of the Quiet Place trilogy so far. Just because of the fact that it's like, it was more of just like, meh. Just because like, it follows more just on the wife and the kids. But the whole concept of it was just more of a meh in a sense. So honestly, I will probably put Quiet Place Part 2 in at least like it was still pretty suspenseful, but storyline wise, it was kind of it was below average, so I'll put it in E. Just because Part 2 wasn't the greatest for Quiet Place, in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But I know which one you wanted to pick, and since we got Flookje back,
let Flookje. Let Flookje judge it.
You wanna pick Sweetie Todd, Edward Scissorhands?
Oh, Sweeney Todd, fuck yeah. Edward Scissorhands is also good, but this one is also really nice.
Yeah, Sweeney Todd and Sweeney Todd was really good. Like I said, that's like the only other movie up here I've actually watched.
Really?
Yeah, that's like the last movie up here so far that I watched.
Like Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter in general, because they're fucking great at whatever they get put in. Honestly,
and Sweetie Todd was freaking Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot it was a Depp movie. I really forgot it was Johnny Depp as Sweeney Todd. I forgot about that.
I cannot turn this. Damn.
The only thing I know about this movie is it's got Johnny Depp, and the best way that I know her is Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter playing in it and everything. Yeah. Like I said, the only way that I'd really know her is from the Harry Potter series, because I haven't seen this, I haven't seen Scissorhands, I haven't seen a lot of depths of movies aside from Pirates, to be honest with you.
What?
Yeah.
Go watch fucking Edward Scissorhands. It's good, and go watch this. It's good.
That's
like
true.
I haven't even seen.
Where would you put it, Floki, on the tier list? We can only do one more in A, one more in C.
But it's at least a fucking B, or maybe
least it-
A.
I'd say it's worthy.
If you want to lock off the A's, then you can put it. You can lock off the A tier.
It's fucking great.
Wait.
I will definitely say Sweeney Todd. It is a really good fucking movie. It's been a while since I've seen Sweeney Todd, so definitely I will agree with putting it at least in the A tier.
I loved it so fucking much.
There we go. A tier is now locked off. We can't put anything else in A tier.
Completely fair.
Even if
Alrighty.
it's good.
So then
I went
technically
into
now,
it. Now it's your turn.
no, it's me. Shit. Only problem is I have actually I'm out of movies that I've actually seen.
Good
Because
luck.
I'm like, Flookje, have another turn. We're gonna have you go again.
This like 4 turns.
There's a shit ton of
Yeah.
movies still left. Okay.
Well, I've never seen any of those movies over there. Like, I've never seen the Conjuring movies.
I've
Like,
been the
at
only
all.
one that's been picking for my movies. Thank you. That's why there's still a shit ton.
I have
I've
Dracula
never seen
Untold.
any of them.
I haven't seen it in a long ass fucking time, but I know that I fucking liked it a lot. Like, have you guys ever seen anything of it?
No.
I've never even heard of it.
I don't remember the entire story anymore, but it's basically there's Dracula, and this is like in Pennsylvania, and the Jesus English protagonist of the movie basically sacrifices himself to become like a vampire as well, to save his family and to save his I think his kingdom, but at least save his family and save his people basically. So he gets turned into a vampire to fight a war against somebody trying to invade. Because the dude invading was demanding like that people send their kids over to his army and shit like that. And to protect them, he turned into the vampire to fight them. And it's, I think it's a pretty epic movie. It's not top tier, but it is really good.
Honestly, I'm now kind of more
Fair.
intrigued with the fact that the dude is, like, willingly getting turned into a vampire to go fight a war to protect his family. That kind of...
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
kind of
seems
remember
a
right.
little
That's the
intriguing.
actual.
I'm like,
to make sure the rest survives.
I was gonna say, if I remember right, that's kind of the actual like, or in line with the actual lore story of fucking Dracula.
yeah, Dracula. Because Dracula was Vlad the
wasn't.
Impaler. He was a war man until...
Yeah, he was a war.
He became
He
vampire.
was. Yeah, and he chose that to get more power to then like protect his kingdom even more and stuff.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, that's what this
I
story is about.
probably
Basically,
put that at B tier,
But
in my
I
own opinion.
very much agree with that. What?
Yep.
Let's fucking get off. There we go. I
I'm
have
not
trouble
gonna
with the
lie.
controllers.
As soon as she was
Fair.
describing it, I immediately was just like, huh, this kind of sounds like Hotel Transylvania. And then you said something about the killing. I was like, oh, no, wrong one. Sorry.
No, it's not Hotel Transylvania. It's a lot more epic than that, at least.
Way more epic.
it's not a loving children's film about a human and a vampire that get married or that get with each other
Get off
with
my-
all the
Oh,
other
I
monsters.
can put it there.
Thank you.
But I mean,
Do you want-
Castlevania series, though.
Floki, do you want to talk about your last one so then we have you caught up on
Sure.
turns? Happy Death Day. Well,
Honestly,
gotcha. Here you go.
This
That
one,
one does sound familiar.
it is.
It sounds
I
familiar.
honestly found it pretty fucking funny. It's basically somebody's birthday, like the protagonist's birthday, and she's going through her day. And in the beginning, I think it was in this one that she's basically a fucking bitch in the beginning as well, which is pretty funny. And she goes throughout her day, and she ends up getting killed. She wakes up again on the morning of her birthday. Everything goes exactly the same. She starts freaking out a bit, and she gets killed again. And she keeps having to relive the day over and over and over, trying to figure out why she keeps getting killed, why she dies. And eventually, like, there is a pretty fun plot twist in it when she figures out who the killer is, and it goes from there. And I like it a lot. It's not very scary or anything, but I did like it.
I think think I have seen that a long time ago because it was like a remake rendition on like the typical Groundhog Day type of
I do love Groundhog Day. Yes,
thing.
and I think they made a second one as well, but I don't remember that one as well as this one.
Very nice.
Alrighty. But where do you think it would fit in our little charter? Because we got one more spot for B and one more spot for C.
You
And we still got all the other Conjuring movies.
Excuse me?
You weren't here.
What?
Well, you
Which
weren't
one?
here to really defend it and explain it because of the fact that the three of us have never really watched Split.
I put this one way below Split. What the fuck?
I mean, hey, don't judge me for my decision to put it. No, don't judge me
It was this.
for questioning it. Hey,
I've never seen
we
it.
discussed it. We discussed it as a group, a collective group of people.
Great one, and like even for
I just
the
know-
fucking actor, like it was so good. The fucking story might be a little bit less, but the fucking acting in it, like
No, but that was
goddamn.
the point. Like, acting was great, but the story and the stuff was just like, yo, I don't see it. I don't see the horror. I was like, where is it?
I guess I'll put this one in like D or E. Like I think E as well.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's fun, but it's
That's
not
fair.
good if you're looking for a horror movie. Like it's humor in it and shit. It is pretty funny, but not super good.
Alright, Shadow, we gotta speed run your last 4 Conjurings.
3. Oh wait, no, that
3
one's
and Annabelle.
another Hell House.
That's the Hell House.
Annabelle Conjuring 3, which I will say this, fucking Conjuring 3, I'm gonna put it at a D tier myself
Fair enough.
because it's the fucking the devil made me do it one. So it's like the kid kills his family and his brother and stuff, or kills somebody. I forget exactly who all, but and then like goes to court for murder and everything, and they call in Ed and Lorraine to be like, he claims he was possessed whenever he did this and everything. If you guys can help prove it, that might get him off. If you guys can't, then he's locked in prison and shit. And it's like, I get where they're going with the premise. I get that it was an actual case because like all of the Conjuring movies are based on actual events and actual cases that happened and stuff. But most of the movie is more of just them kind of like trying to prove to the court, hey, ghosts and demons are real, and here's it's like if myself or like one of you guys were trying to convince your fucking family member who's been a non-believer of ghosts and the paranormal their entire life that like ghosts and shit are real and that some of the sounds they hear at night are from ghosts rather than just their fucking house settling and shit like that. Like that's really all I kind of got from the entire movie was yeah, the premise is nice, but the whole case, the whole story behind it is literally just a, hey, this kid's possessed. That's why he murdered people. Prove that to us that he's possessed somehow without him floating off the ground or speaking in tongues or anything else like that type of shit. So me personally, I would put it at like a D, but I don't know if any of y'all have actually seen it or anything or have
I think
any
you're the
comments
only
on
one
it
here that's really seen
themselves.
Conjuring, besides a little bit of Dooza.
Yeah, a little bit, but I just kind of gave up on the Conjuring. Everything else became like year F after
Fair.
when it came to Conjuring. I'm sorry.
Fair. So yeah, we'll put
So
this
right now we're just kind of going off of your own rating for all the Conjuring movies, my friend.
So Conjuring goes in D. Before we get to the Annabelle, oh, fucking, which one was this one? This one was the second one. Okay. Abaddon, that's what it was. So the Abaddon Hotel was the one that they went to. Hell House 2, essentially the same thing as the first one, only it was a group of reporters that went in to try to find out, oh, what happened at that fateful Halloween night at the Abaddon Hotel for Hell House, blah blah blah, and then there's a skeptic that goes in and is like, I'm just here to prove that there's nothing paranormal. There's paranormal hunters that are like, we believe that there is something paranormal, and then there's like a news agency that's like, we're just here to find out what the fuck happened. And essentially the same kind of shit happens to a degree, and then they all also, as far as I remember, end up dying and stuff. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one I would put at either a D or a C as well. Probably a D as well for this one. It definitely wasn't up there with the first one in my opinion, but it's still an all right movie. And then, do either of y'all, anybody else besides myself, seen any of the other Annabelle movies, or?
Never seen Annabelle.
Hell no.
So, the first one is, I'm putting low. The Annabelle Comes Home, better. The first one I'm putting low because it doesn't really tie in to any of the known universes and stuff like that. It's a kind of a one-off of this random family gets it, or gets the doll, and then weird shit starts happening, and so they try to destroy the doll, and the doll comes back, and then they give it to a priest, and then the priest is the one who actually gives it to the Warrens and stuff like that. So it's like they as far as I remember, it might have been the family that gave it to them instead, to a degree, but like it's essentially just a haunted doll, terrorizes and kills people, tries to make a nanny jump out a window with a baby for a sacrifice, gives the doll to the Warrens instead, and because they know what to do with it. The first one I'm honestly put down here in F, because it just doesn't feel as good. Annabelle Comes
Home. I need you to be a little fast on this one because we got like 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes. Annabelle Comes Home, I'm putting in D with the other Conjuring. It's all right, but it's still just, scary doll. That one's more of the daughter having to deal with the Annabelle demon and shit like that while her parents are off on a mission and stuff. It's like that Annabelle Comes Home is essentially what's going on at the Warrens' house while they are over in Britain doing what they're doing in the second Conjuring movie. Everything. So it's like they're out of states, they're over in Britain dealing with this fucking demented, possessed child. Their daughter and her older sister and her babysitter has some friends over and starts fucking with all the haunted shit in their museum, and the house starts going fucking haywire and everything, and it takes the daughter to be like, hey, what the fuck are y'all doing? Stop touching my dad's haunted shit if you don't want to fucking die. And then, yeah.
I feel like our rankings are pretty good off of our memory and what we have seen. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty
happy with our rankings.
I put everything. Yeah.
Do you want to move Split around to somewhere else?
Like, I would put it higher, but like if.
Oh God, what am I doing?
Okay. So then this is our listing. This is the order we're going to be kind of watching everything in. To actually then come back and properly reorganize this ranking board to see if any of our opinions have changed on it. But I will say with that, anyone want to do should I just do the outro? Because, alright, and with that, I will thank you all for being here on Gaslight Me Gently Sunday Sideshow with today's little topic of Halloween horror movie ranking that we will be watching throughout Spooky Month. We do appreciate y'all stopping by and being here with us and enjoying us for this little debate and talk about these horror movies. We shall see you guys. We shall see you guys next time. What? I know I'm getting there. Whee! But then we're going to change that up. Not see you next time just yet, but you can find us here on Twitch. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iHeartRadio. You can find us on freaking Amazon Music. You can find us on Castbox. You can find us on Good Podcasts. You can find us on... God, there was one more. I forgot. I can't remember right now, but you cannot find us on iTunes. We do not have an Apple account, so I'm sorry, iOS people, you will not be able to find us on iTunes whatsoever. You can also find us on TikTok. I already said YouTube. TikTok was what I forgot. You can find us on TikTok as well for our clips and whatever little bits we want to put on there. But definitely, we do appreciate y'all stopping by and being with us here today. From me. Remember to join our Discord. The link is, as you can see, within our banner for our Discord and also in the description below, so you can comment in and talk to us, like message us, talk to us, or also give us little suggestions for possibly future episodes when it comes to Reddit or to our Sunday Sideshow. You're on it. Like, we do appreciate. We want to hear y'all's opinion on things. But otherwise, I don't really think there's much else that we can really say. Besides, we shall see you guys next time. And next time when we come back to this, we'll have a different order for it. And we'll go over it live at the end of our spooky season next month. So we shall see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day, night, or evening, depending on what time zone you're in. We shall see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.